Hey YouTube, it's Justin, aka Demonic Sweaters, here with another drum lesson. Today we're going to be doing another beat out of Johnny Rab's Jungle Drum and Bass for the Acoustic Drum Set book. Like I said before, it doesn't matter if you have an acoustic set. I have an electronic kit, so it doesn't really matter. But there's some really cool beats in this book, and that one that you just heard is off of page 52, and it's exercise number 25. And I kind of embellished a little bit there in the example, just to show what you can do once you get better at the beat. I mean, I just learned it a few minutes ago, but still, I was able to throw in a few fills and do a couple of things in there. But the basic beat, without any embellishment and slowed way down, let's go down to 100 BPM so you guys can hear it. And I'll put it up on the screen too so you can see what it looks like. But here's what it sounds like at 100 BPM. All right, now, as you can see, there's some accents on the beat. The accents are on the snare drum, and they're basically on the 2 and 4, so it kind of has like a standard rock backbeat to it. But all those other snare hits end up sounding more like ghost notes once you get those accents in there, and I think that's really what makes the beat sound really cool. If I were to play it without the accents, it sounds much more robotic like this. Which still doesn't sound terrible, but it kind of loses what makes it interesting, I think. So the accents are really important to put in there to make this beat sound really interesting. Now, when you're first learning it, it might be helpful to start out just kind of ignoring the accents. And once you get the pattern down, then you can start worrying about putting the accents on the snare. Now, a lot of times people think accents on the snare drum, they want to hit harder. And yes, that's one way to do it, but it's actually much easier play everything else softer. Because if you already are playing pretty hard and then you want to hit even harder when you're going to do your accent, obviously you're going to hurt your drums, for one, and you're going to tire yourself out a lot faster. So think about accents as being your normal loudest level and everything else coming down. So the snare parts basically can be viewed more as ghost notes than accents, or the other snare parts, rather. All right, now just like that other beat that we worked on, the best way to figure out any of these drum beats is really just to slow it way down first. So let's go even slower. Let's go down to 80 BPM. And I'll play you the beat again at 80. 2, 3, 4. And as you can hear, it's really not a super complicated beat, but just getting those accents in the right spot can be a little bit tricky. The other thing that's a little tricky on this beat is actually the 16th notes on the bass drum after the 4. And what I mean by that is if we count it all out, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and. So 4 E and. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. I think I left one bass drum out there on the second measure, but I think you get the idea. It's that 16th note or 2/16 notes on the bass drum, especially after you start to speed up the beat, is where it kind of becomes a little bit, I don't know, it's not terribly difficult, but it's just a little bit awkward because I don't think I've played many beats that have that those 16th notes in that spot on the bass drum. So anyway, let me speed it back up, and now let's go up to let's say 110, and hear how it sounds like at that. All right, so 110 starts to sound pretty cool, but really where this beat starts to really sound awesome is when you get it up to about 150 BPM. Now, drum and bass is fast, so it takes practice. You just have to stay loose, practice it slow, and then speed it up gradually. So let's go ahead and put it up to 150 BPM. I think that's where I started in the lesson, and let's hear what it sounds like. I haven't tried this one at 160 yet, but let's do 150 first. Yeah, so 150 is pretty fast on this particular beat. The last one I showed you guys, I was able to do at 160, but I think this one would probably be a little tougher at that speed, though I could try it. So let's see what 160 sounds like. So yeah, I can play it, but it's not entirely comfortable for me yet. So in order to make that comfortable, I would have to keep practicing at about probably 140, 150, maybe 140 is probably better. Just to where you want to be able to practice enough to where it feels automatic. When you have to think about drumming is when you mess up. Basically what happens after you play something enough times, your body remembers it, so your mind doesn't have to. Once you stop thinking and your body just does it, then you can pretty much do anything you want. So anyway, that's going to be all for today's lesson. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload new content. There's going to be more lessons to come. Plus, I have a lot of original music on this channel, a lot of other things that I'm doing. So go ahead and click that like and subscribe button down below. Also, check out my links and my music on Spotify. And yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.